maybe it's supposed to be like this. Okay.
Can't help because I have no clue. I never did Facebook Live.
No, it goes very easily. In fact, I've been sitting down and telling people how to do it, but it just is one of those days. It's not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be. So welcome everybody, and sorry for the wait. But some things, I've learned one thing in the last 4 months. You just have to go with the flow. Sometimes things aren't just going to go the way you want them to go. You might think of big plans and stuff like that. That isn't going to happen. And there must be a very good reason that the universe isn't allowing that to happen. So you got to trust and just say, okay, I surrender. And maybe after that things just work, or maybe they don't work. But it's not always about things being perfect. It's about things and going in a flow with everything. So I welcome Christa, and Binaifa is already there. Binaifa, could you please do the Kauri reading for Christa, please? Thank you.
Sorry? What?
Yes.
Kauri reading? I don't know. I'm not aware of all this. I mean, this is my first lecture.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I mistook you as the other Binaifa.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry about it. No problem. Okay, so we go ahead with Christa. Christa is one of the first peoples who was in MetaHealth, and at that time it was called Meta Medicine. She is been in the first team of people who actually created it, and I've always heard about her name, Christa, and very lovingly has everybody spoken about her. There's never been this, oh my God, Christa. It's always been, oh wow, Christa. And I always had this need and desire to connect with you, Christa. I'm very, very lucky and blessed that it happened now. When everything is on a shutdown, closed down, you are very much in my life. And I feel that that's the biggest blessing. Today you're going to be, so I also studied from her neurographic drawings, and there are it's beautiful. It's helped me release a lot of stuff that's been going on inside me, and I still have to continue working on myself. We are all work in progress. Today Christa is going to be introducing us into a new world of frequencies. To be really honest, I have no idea what that is, and so over to Christa. Christa, please start with and weave the magic that you have of the frequency.
Okay, I'm sharing. Thank you for having me anyway. So I really want to, I'm very grateful for that as well, because it just gives me that feeling of being in a big family, a worldwide family, and sharing and being together and just share our light and share our passion about what we do and how we are able to help people through difficult times, challenging times, just that what we have right at the moment, and that we don't feel like isolated. So here we can feel we are one, we are connected, and we just share and enjoy sharing. And I pretty much enjoy sharing today with you all about frequency, even though this is old, but it was hidden. I will go through a lot of different topics with it, and at the end we will have questions and answers, and we can do a little bit demonstration as well if there is still time. We can do as well a little bit of a short meditation that lifts us up, human peak state we can do as well. Let's see how we go with the time, because now we just start half an hour later, and let's go with the flow, just as Anu said. So I'm sharing my screen right now, and I hope you all can see my screen. The host, okay, Anu, it's not working yet. Can you check if I can share my screen, please?
Yes, just a minute, Yes, you can, 1 minute. I just need to create. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, start. Now, here we go. And now we start. I put that aside. Make it small. and start. Yes, I'm really passionate about sharing with you about frequency, and what you will hear today is there is actually nothing else than frequency. There is nothing else. The whole world, you, myself, everything what you see, every tree, everything is frequency. And I want to show you this world of frequencies. Of course, we need a little disclaimer. So this information provided for and on behalf of Conscious Living Foundation, which is myself and my husband Rolf. And this is a private information for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal, medical, or financial advice. So what I want to talk about today and introduce you to it is that there is for at least 100 years suppressed knowledge and technologies out there that is able to increase our physical energy and mental and emotional health. We just are not aware about it, and we don't know how to integrate it in our life. Then I will show you how you can increase your energy and health significantly in only 21 minutes, for example, with a special music. I will introduce you neobeats. And between 30 minutes and 60 minutes, with simple little device like Healy, you can increase your ATP production, which is energy, up to 500%, and as well using microcurrent, that is little tiny microflow of electricity that's just charging our mitochondria. And then I will show you how quickly you can reduce stress and reactivate your own self-healing. You know, we all have self-healing. We just don't have any more easily access to it because the energy is missing. You will understand why when I go ahead with the presentation. Then, if you like so, I also can show you how you can slow down your aging process and rejuvenate your biological age, at least by 10 years, I would say. Then how you can as well easily stimulate your self-discovery and self-realization. What does that mean? Most of us are living in fight and flight. If some of you are familiar with the Maslow pyramid, where on the lowest level we are just fighting for survival and we want to have a shelter, we need something to eat, to drink, all of that. So, but now with the new technology that is available for everyone, you can easily do that now for yourself as well. Then as well, how you can support your healing power, your well-being at any time, and with you know, really independently. You don't need to spend a lot of money for many therapies or searching for the perfect therapist. Everything of the future will really address self-responsibility, and then you will have your coaches holding your hands for a while you explore how you become your own professional expert for your own body, as we are so individual, all of us. And then I also will show you how we can use healthy frequencies, because all of you know probably 3G and 5G, all the towers, you know, the wireless LAN, that's not a healthy frequencies. Those are running in a different level, like microwave as well, and rather do harm to us than to support us in our health. So there is someone not muted. Can you check perhaps if you can mute yourself, please? Okay, thank you. So what I want you to show first is how frequency actually is changing matter. So there was Nikola Tesla, and I will talk about him a little bit later more in depth, but he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I want to add to it, with energy, frequency, and vibration is also coming a specific information how to manifest matter on Earth. And I show you a little video, and you can see how frequency is changing patterns, and you will see on the bottom left what frequency is actually running right now. Okay, let's go. Isn't that beautiful how we can see how the matter is materializing only through the frequency, and in that case, like sound. And perhaps some of you know that as well, Dr. Masaru Emoto. So he did a lot of work with water crystals. And here it is all about talking, so words. You could write words on a piece of paper and wrap it around a glass of water, or you can, it's like bespoken, you can speak towards the water and create different shapes. And as you can see on the left, how beautiful the word appreciation looks like in a crystal, in a frozen water crystal, and how badly anger looks like. It's disharmonious and it's not beautiful at all. And now just for a second, imagine we are all over 70% water, and whatever we take on board, like words from other people, what we watch in television, the bad and the good news, everything that is coming towards us through voice or through vibration, through the frequencies of mobile phone, television, microwave, everything that is coming in media has the potential to change our own water structure inside. And there was a big lake where priests were sitting in front praying to change the whole water. We can measure that as well, as you see in an electrocardiogram. So we can measure how the heart frequency looks different with the word appreciation, and how anxiety takes place with the word of anger. So frequencies are everywhere. There is nothing else than frequency, even if we are not aware of it, because it's not really mainstream knowledge to the depths of every human being, but there is nothing else than frequency. And you can measure frequency, like in hertz or volt. You can measure it from the brain, you can measure it from the heart, you measure wavelengths and speed. Then you can see frequencies, and I will show you pictures about the colors. Computer screen, you know, the computer and the television is only a receiver of the frequencies, of the waves coming through. And then our brain interprets the different frequencies and creates then a picture out of it and the movement out of it. Frequencies can be heard, of course, through the voice recognition. Every single voice is individual. Through the music, and you know, perhaps there are different forms of music with, for example, 432 hertz is the heartbeat of our Mother Earth, Gaia. And then radio station is just another receiver. Our own body is a receiver of frequency and vibration, and with it information. Then we can feel it. If you are lying on a chair with vibration, like a massage chair, you can feel the vibration, and you can feel how the body vibrates with it. And if you go for dancing, you can't hold yourself back. If you are moved by the frequency of the music, your whole body goes in tune with it and moves as well. And then, believe it or not, but if you see someone the first time and you look at this person, and in the first 3 seconds, you can feel the energy field and you can feel the frequency, the very individual piece of music, especially in this person. And all of us, I think we love if there is a nice smell in the home, in the house. So I loved it pretty much in Christmas time in Germany, you know, all the nice smells of the bakings and the cookie and everything like it, and the candles, and just like, you know, our brain then remembers all the different places where the different frequencies have been around us. Frequencies are brought to us through color, and there is as well a color therapy. And as you can see, frequencies are really having the ability to go deep into the sky. They go under the skin, not sky, skin, deep into the sky, under the skin. And you see the different wavelengths. And this is why in beauty therapy, color is used, but as well with infrared. Infrared goes really deep into it, the wavelengths of it, and is able to just release toxins from 4 centimeters down in the body. And whatever color you wear, you know, there are days you like the color red, and then there are other days you rather want to have green, or some people follow the days with the planets and the special colors, as every single day has a specific color as a dominant wavelength. So you can really get into that frequency area, and it has the ability to help with pain, to for the beauty, for the wound healing, for the strengthening, for empowering you with the color red, for example. And there are devices like you see of the Biotron from Switzerland, where they use all the different colors in treatments of the body wound with diabetic people, for example. And then we have been speaking a little bit about neurographic. Here you can see a picture where you can even see how a person is vibrating. You can see this person by using the color. She's a really nurturing person. So this pink has the frequency and the vibration of nurturing and radiating and looking after the surrounding and the environment and the people around, a really loving person, with a lot of green, which is wood, but as well it is the heart energy. Green is the heart vibration. Yellow, the ability to connect with people and the longing to connect with people, as well with the orange. And then we have a little bit of this turquoise, turquoise, not sure what the word exactly is, but that shows us that the person is a little bit unsure where to go in the future. You know, there is still open spaces where this person could go, and she doesn't know already where to go. So that's the whole field of frequency and vibration with the color. And here you can see that every building, you know, grains of sugar, you can see where the wavelengths are. You see the space between the wave. Here you can't see the frequency like higher spikes, but you can see how the frequency is radiating and what wavelengths it is. And then you see the visible light in the middle, and you see the bacteria are in there as well, just like the molecules, the atoms, all react to different frequencies in our body. And they also have the ability to go back. And then what we can see in the body as well, every single organ has a specific frequency and vibration. You know that from people who have organ transplants. So because every single person is 100% individual, the organ is vibrating on this very individual frequency of this very individual person. If we use a different organ, we need to have immune suppressants for this person, that this person doesn't reject the organ. So because we know what belongs to us. And now think just for a second, if you know the vibration of your own organ, different organs, and you would have the ability to get that vibration, this frequency into your body on a very individual specific way, you could recover every single organ in your body. And that's actually the hidden science that has been suppressed for so many years, over 100 years now, but now we have access to it. You will see, we will talk about that a little bit later. And now the Russians came up, I think I saw the first device around 30 years way back. And that was a Russian device, originally was over 45,000 euros in that time. And these devices have the ability to measure your whole body and to see how is the energy. You see, the hand has a really good energy. That's the yellow and the red. This is very adaptive, very healthy, energetically in a good state, while the lung on the left side is really dark and has not a lot of energy. And now these very expensive devices, they have the ability to use the frequency and just to send the frequency back so that healing can happen. So I'm using not the Russian one, I use a different one, a German one, which is around 25,000 euros, but I use that as well just to treat my people with the different specific frequencies that is missing. So that's already new technology, and that technology was used actually in NASA for the astronauts to check how the function of their organs happens. So the human body is comprised of 9 systems, and they all vibrate on a different and very individual frequencies. So the tissues and organs are made of cells, and the cells are made of molecules, and the molecules are made of atoms, and the atoms of subatoms, and then the subatomic particle is then created through the energies, through the vibration. We experience actually the decline of energy more and more and more. We have diseases like burnout that is happening now around 40-year-old people, while 100 years ago it was around 70-year-old people. And this has to do with our lifestyle and with the pollution, and that we are not longer getting the whole energy that we need in our body. And then our brain needs about 20% of it. Our brain, you know, if we think a lot, if we overthink a lot, actually, these people need much more. Someone who is meditating a lot needs a little bit less. And that's a huge amount of energy. And if some of you perhaps understand Meta healing and Meta health, to go through the full cycle of healing, you need to have the brain involved, because there are processes happening in the brain as well. And if the body doesn't get enough energy, the whole process is coming to a halt, and we start to stay hanging and stay in the survival process. So normally the energy has been provided through the air, through the atmosphere with negative ions, but they are nearly gone 100%. And I think India is like China in a quite bad position of that because of the air pollution in big cities, but it's on the land right now as well. All the dust, the cars, you know, the toxins in the air from chemtrails, from all the pollution all around the world, actually. The negative ions are gone. The negative ions, they are cleaning the air. You can experience this when you have a thunderstorm, you know, when the air is really sticky, or even sticky in the room with closed windows. Then you know the negative ions are gone, and then you just open the window, hopefully negative ions are coming in. Or you use a negative ionizer. What I use negative ions in my fans. I have a machine for it as well. I use that for my cancer clients as well, because if the energy is not there, the process can't be fulfilled. Most of the negative ions you still can find at the beaches and of course in the forests. Our food and water actually is quite low in energy because, you know, of the depleted soil. And so that what we have is really a dysfunction in our body because of the energy that is missing. And then everything like sleeping disorders, breathing disorders, talking about COVID-19, okay, especially very polluted areas, if they have breathing problems, then of course they come up with cleansing processes. Depression is a big thing just only because the energy is missing. So the most important thing is energy, but energy is coming with frequency, okay? Frequency and vibration. And we are born with a 24x4 energy matrix, which means so our energy level should last at least until we turn 96. And every 24 years, we are losing around 10% of the energy. And after we lost 40%, which is the 4-time matrix, then the battery is mostly empty and we die unless we recharge our battery. So we really can do something to energize ourselves all the time back. And if we are energized, then we suffer less from stress. We are not overworked anymore. We feel happy. We are able to go through our emotions easily. And chronic pain actually is rather a lack of energy and frequencies. The right frequencies are just missing. So that's the most important thing with the frequencies, that we can make sure that we get enough energy to our body. And here you can see how that declines. So our body normally has a minus 70 millivolt battery, every single cell. So that's the cell voltage around the membrane, as you can see on the left side. The moment it starts to drop to minus 50, we start already aging, then the aches and pains, inflammation, edema is happening, ischemic we get, then we have the tumor cells minus 15. It's not really true. It's rather minus 30. I was working with a naturopath in Germany, and we have been using a Russian device where we have been able to measure throughout the body the voltage of every single cell. And when there was a cell in decline of energy, we could see that with that device, and then we provided the body with energy, and that actually helped for many cancer clients back 25 years to recover only through the energy. So as well, different states of consciousness, they are changed through frequencies as well. So the moment your brain starts to slow down and going into a delta state of consciousness, this is where we are then in a deep sleep, and when our subconscious mind is activated and does a lot of work, even though we are not aware of it. Then we have the theta. So some people are able to go with meditation, deep meditation, into a theta state, and you can see the different frequencies and the waves just on the bottom. The alpha state, that would be something we could long for, because the alpha state is a very creative state. It's a state where we are relaxed but highly alert. Okay, we have daydreams, we have relaxation. This is the state of hypnosis, and that's the biggest connection between your subconscious mind, your gut feeling, what is right and wrong, and with your conscious mind. Then we have the beta, that's the concentration, the waking consciousness, normally the one in the morning when you start focusing on what you have to do during today. And then we have the gamma, which is the mental peak performance. And I know you are talking today as well with Astrid about peak performances. So that would be the gamma state. So that's the states of the brain. And here you can see that how that looks in the frequencies here, in the waves, how they go. Fast, slow, big gaps, longer gaps, short gaps. And you can see that with the heartbeat as well, the normal heartbeat just on the right, and fast and slow, and the irregular heartbeat. And what we are talking here about is frequency. So there's nothing else than frequency, okay? And here you can see how you measure the frequencies. You can do that with measurements, and you can see what areas of the brain get activated. And if you would do that with music, for example, so 30 minutes a day would support your brain, what you can see on the bottom on the right side, to change from an either right brainer or left brainer to a really using both sides, the right and the left brain. And the more you train yourself with it, with either music or other frequencies, the more you are awake, the more you are creative, the more you are happy, and the more, you know, intelligence is a bad word, but the more you are connected, and everything goes faster, easier, much more with the flow. So there is one side, and you can go on this side. So frequencies through music. So I have an abonnement with Neobeats, and Neobeats, I think I pay 35 euros something a month, and I have access to all the brain activity music. So I have some here. If we have at the end some time, I can run some of them. So Human Peak, for example, there is an antivirus program, and there is a Neobeats YouTube channel actually where you can go on, where he offers a lot of free Neobeat sessions where you can use that every day and train your brain to work to its fullest. You know, normally we only use 5% of the possibilities of our brain, but here you can start sessions with 13 hertz, and you rise that up, you know, in any level, so that you have access to much more frequencies than what we normally do. Now you can see that we even start to connect with other people. So that's very interesting. I will show you a little video to that as well. So here you can see there is no contact on the left. The brain has a normal wave and the heart has its normal heartbeat. And then someone comes in and holds hand with this person. And what you can see, how the brain and the heart start to go into the same vibration, into the same frequency. And the whole cosmos is made of these frequencies, and we are constantly interacting with it. This is when we have a feeling of, we know something is happening, we don't know why, but this is when we pick up the frequency. As we as person, the word person is coming from Latin personare, and that says that we resound, we go into the same vibration with someone else. This is our nature. That's always the case, and I'll show you a little video to that a little bit later. Here is a boy and his dog. As you can see, first there is the dog with his beat, and the boy with his own beat, the heartbeat, and then they meet, and you see the moment they meet, and as long as they are together, the beat starts to harmonize together. So they start to vibrate together, and then they leave each other, and both of them go back in their own frequency, in their own rhythm. So whenever we offer the cell a higher frequency, a more harmonious frequency, our body is able to adapt to it and to go even back into the own original blueprint. And I will show you with the metronome, and that happens in an orchestra as well, by the way. So if the orchestra starts to play music, the whole audience, and I saw once a video about that as well, the whole audience is starting to move with the music. Now watch the yellow metronome, and how long does it take for all three of them to vibrate together, and nothing from the outside is happening there. It's only the higher frequency is taking the other twos with them. And this is knowledge that all the elites, all the business people, the big business people, you know, the big players, the 3% of the elites, they all have access to all of that knowledge, how frequency can be used to recover our bodies, to restore our health, to stay healthy, prevention, to get out of fear, to get out of stress. All of that is really powerful if we know about it. And you know, all the big ones, they always had it, but now we have it in our hands as well. Life is changing, and technology always helps us to change our life. Would you ever have known or think that only it was in 2007 that Steve Jobs came up with his first handheld, with his first smartphone? I think it is ages that we are using it, but he came up with the technology only in 2007. And that changed the whole world of communication, how we are available to each other. You know, people are even taking their phone to the toilet and they don't have time to be on the toilet, a little bit of privacy. They even have to talk to others with their smartphone. So all this innovative technology was able to change our life. And you can see that it was always the case. So first we did it all by hand, and then the machines came. And you see, we had the horses, and now we have cars. They even drive by their own. So we can't deny technology, even though technology comes as two slight sword. You know, it has the positive and the negative, of course. So one thing that I would like to share with you, so that you understand why frequency is so important in our daily life now, it's now the time. This is the crime against humanity. We experienced that for over 100 years. So not all innovative technologies came to the awareness of every single human being. It was suppressed, and one of these persons is Nikola Tesla. He was one of a very special person, like Einstein as well. You know, Einstein actually was constantly in alpha state with his brain, and this is why he picked up so many information. So that's his tower in the middle on this paper. He was able to discover free energy. Just think for a moment what that means. So he was really, they called him an electricity wizard. So, and this famous invention was alternating currents, so microcurrents and currents. And his biggest motivation was harnessing the forces of nature, to use nature and nature energy to help human beings. Just think for a moment, if we have free energy, that would support all of us in so many ways, and we wouldn't need to stay in the muscle of pyramid just on the bottom, where it is all about survival and having enough money to make sure that we have energy, that we have warm, that we have cool, that we can drive, that we are able to move around or to fly whatsoever. And he discovered it. So the so-called space energy was something that he came up with, and then he became outcast. And after his death in 1943, most parts of his research just disappeared. Everything was suppressed. Nothing came out. Still today, we still pay for energy, even though free energy is available for cars, for us, for homes, for everything. So here you can see how he died at the end, really frustrated. He was poor because, you know, he was so, he was so pushed out of his knowing and knowledge and wanting to serve humanity. And when he died, you see the tower that was producing free energy for humanity just was breaking down. But there is more. And this one is important for what I want to introduce to you with the little device of the Healy. There was Dr. Raymond Rife, and he was a pioneer in frequency technology. I on my own have a dark field microscope, but that has not as much magnification like he got. He had 30 times magnification, which was clear for him to see the tiniest little particles in our blood. We call that endobionts. So there are other talks I gave about pleomorphism and what we can see actually in our blood. And he was able to see every single tiny endobiont microorganism. He named it virus, even though the original name is so versatile. There are so many names for it. So today it's also exosome, it's biophoton, it is enzyme, and many more. So, and he was able to identify with his microscope cancer, because he was able to see the frequency of, or measure the frequency of every single living little microorganism in our blood. And then he was just able to say, okay, if this microorganism has that frequency, I just come with the opposite, with the, you know, with the eliminating frequency. And that's what he did. And that was huge at that time. And then he started a clinic. He opened a clinic, and then he treated with frequency cancer clients, and they have been, you know, given up from the medical system, so they have been terminal. And then he cured them. 14 out of 16 cancer clients, terminal cancer clients, he cured after 70 days, and then there have been 2 more. They needed another 60 days, but all of them recovered only through the right frequency. The frequency just eliminated the microorganisms in the blood, and through eliminating that part, the whole healing happened, and he experienced that with more clients. So again, it came very different with him too. He died 1971 from an unexplained overdose of Valium and alcohol, and no one understood why that happened. Even though if you read his whole history, then you understand that the only thing that can be happened was that they didn't want him to come up with all what he did for humanity as well. All his records of his work were erased. His microscope actually landed in London, in the Queen's, I think in the Ark, you know, they have it. I don't remember the word, but everything was gone. And as well, neobeats are based on the research of Dr. Rife. So thus the neobeats, the music, will support you with the different frequencies to gain your health back, your energy back, and your vibrating energy back. And now, as you can see, we have 3G, we have 5G, we have the laptop, we have the AM radiation, we have the cell phones, we have the towers, we have all the wireless LAN, we have the radar, we have the harp, microwave. So many people are using microwave not knowing what that does to our body. So the cells go down, the sperms go down, the blood goes into a cloth. So all of that is happening while we are exposed to the wrong frequency. So what we really need is to have the right frequencies. I personally, I don't know what's in India, but I use a little device. I use that one for body and car that has a range of 4 meters. So I have that close to my bed so that I'm safe from my neighbors, you know, if they have all the wireless LAN, so that my own vibration, my own frequency of my own body stays healthy. You can inform yourself about it, and I'm sure in India there are other companies as well, they deliver that. But I really would like to urge you to look into that so that you have protection of it. Then there is Dr. Hawkins, and he says having a frequency of 500 or above is pure unconditional love. So if you have the right frequency, then detoxification is easy, because your body will vibrate the toxins out of your cells. You will have the energy, and the nutrients can go into your body much easier. You can strengthen your cells, you know, so that 4G and 5G and 3G is not longer damaging your cells. You have a better cell communication. You have a much faster regeneration, no matter if you are sick or if you have, for example, after fitness, energy, running, you know, exercising. If you have the right frequency, the blood circulation and the lymphatic system is easily working, you know, all the time with no blockages. It will activate metabolism. If we start being overweight, this is not that we have too much energy, we have a lack of energy. The energy would be able to metabolize everything in our body and not to store it. So it's not an over energy, it's an under energy. So it provides a feeling of well-being if you have the right frequencies around you. And I have that since 30 years because I was involved with frequency from a NASA, Dr. George Yao. And wherever I lived, I always had my frequency devices with me to harmonize my whole environment. The building around me, the rooms where I sleep, the rooms where I live, the computers with me, so I have everything balanced and harmonized with the right frequency. And this is not longer a luxury. This is for today. I really would urge everyone to look into frequency and vibration and to get your energy back. And this is the little device I would like to introduce you to it. It's actually a paradigm shift in personalized medicine. So it's as well based on Dr. Rife of the frequencies, and as well as in like Burkhard Heim. He was a scientist, he was a genius, he was able to tap into all the informational fields, you know, into the 12 dimensions, and where energy is supplied and where information is supplied and how we can have access to it. And the frequency-specific microcurrents, they have thousands of different frequencies now by your hand for all speed up, for healing. And there is a lot of science behind that, back that up. Today, we can use this technology and only you need a phone with it. Markus Schmieke, he was actually a monk for many years, but at the same time a physics and philosopher. And he then started, when he stopped being a monk, he started to combine consciousness, awakening, technology, and frequencies together. And this is why we now have the little Healy in our hand. What I would like to show you, and so that you can know what is possible, what is it what we have in our hands. It's coming with adhesives, so you can use it with the wristbands to get the microcurrents flow. And just to address all kind of different activities, and I show you a little video to that as well, so I can drink something in between.
Healy, the wearable for your well-being, holistic health and fitness. Healy has a lot to offer. It contains programs for various applications, life situations and energetic balancing. In order for you to get the most out of your Healy package, we would like to introduce you to its program groups. It's simple to use the Healy app to operate Healy. Just open the app, select a program page, then start the program you want to use. We have already provided you with a short video about the Healy Gold cycle. Now we want you to have a look at the other programs, so that you get an overview of what your program choices could be. The Healy app contains up to 16 program groups with over 120 individual programs for specific application areas. Try out a few programs for a start and explore which applications might be best for you. Local stimulation, specific support where it is needed. Sleep. Fall asleep. Sleep through the night and relax. Business. Active work with joy and motivation. Mental balance. Inner strength. Contentment and soul well-being. Skin. Energetic support for your largest organ. Learning. For school, college or university. Fitness. For a better workout for your body and for deep relaxation. Beauty. Inner and outer beauty at any age, for skin and hair. Meridians. Controlling the pathways of your life energy. Chakras. For your 7 energy centers. Bioenergetic balance. our most popular programs with long-term users. Protection programs safeguard your energetic balance. And now, enjoy the benefits from your healing programs.
Yeah, that's my Healy. I use that every day for all for my chakras, for my meridians, for my organs. So I can't imagine not to put energy into my system. And there is something very specific about the Healy. So it measures your frequencies and gives you exactly your special frequency back. So it is not just one frequency for everyone. It measures the frequency. There is a quantum sensor involved, and that gives all of us the future of medicine because we have it just in our hand. And all the frequencies at the moment, there are 144,000 different frequencies in the healing programs for every need, for everything what's coming. They are planning for end of the year, stem cell frequencies for every single person, learning languages in only 3 months through the frequencies. So frequency, vibration and energy is the future. It is the new technology, it's innovation, and every single person can have access to it. It's power, it's self-awareness, it's independent for every single person, it's creativity, permanent access to energy. You use your intention, what you want to have in your life, you rise the quality of your life, and you activate as well longevity. And here you can see the different levels. So there are different, the different prices, of course. So the Healy Gold addresses the emotional, the physical level. Then we have Healy Health with the mental, then the informational level, where we can change information we want to have in our body. And there is the spiritual level as well, if we go into the higher areas of the 12 dimensions. Actually, it will go up to the 7th dimension, 6th and 7th dimension, where the information is sitting there. If you want to know more about that, that would be the link where you find all the informations. And perhaps it's something for you. I don't know, it's just something, it's innovative, and you have to have a look into it. And the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its entire existence. And this is again Nikola Tesla. We have to open our consciousness and our mind above the material world into the world of information and energy and frequency, where everything is actually designed to download into the material world. We are not able to fix the material world without having access to the frequency and to the non-material world, where everything is happening and decided actually what will be there. So vision your future, create your future, and I'm totally happy and open. I think we are really in time, even if we started half an hour later, and open for question and answer. I can show you a demonstration if you want as well, and we also can do a meditation together. Let's see if you have some questions. And for now, actually, I stopped my screen, and thank you for listening. I hope there's still someone there when I stop sharing my screen. How do I go stop sharing my screen? Here we are.
Hi, we still there.
You're still there.
I was trying to put it on the Facebook all this while, and I've tried, and we've got on Workplace by Facebook, but I can't see anything. So I know it's getting broadcasted somewhere, but that's okay. Okay, guys, any questions? Hi, Shraddha. Hi, Shushma. Hi, everybody here. It's so nice to see you all. Yeah. Any questions? Please ask your questions. Unmute yourself and ask your questions. I think this was.
If you don't have, I was good in explaining, I guess. So you understood You understood everything perfectly. So, yeah, this is my little 4-meter, you know, so that I'm safe around myself with the computer, with the wireless LAN, and I have it with me in the car, because the modern cars, they have a lot of electricity, you know, so that influences our own body frequency. And then, of course, I have my little Healy all the time. So that's my little device. And, you know, people all over the world, we are in 44 countries with it now, the new technology for people to really make sure they keep their own energy alive and vibrant. And then we have, we have much more self-responsibility, and the fear drops, because people have something in their hand they can do straight away that balance the frequency out.
Wonderful. Any questions, guys? Dr. Manorama, Aarti, Shraddha, Shushma, Vinayfer. If we have, Shraddha, you'll have to unmute yourself. Yes, ask the question.
This works, how you have worked with this device, your clients and all have that for autoimmune conditions, you know, from where I come from, I've been told by a lot of physicians that autoimmune, there is no cure, any autoimmune condition. So I'm just asking, how does this work on them? Like, have you seen results where, you know, patients have been told they are not going to get cured or healed, or, you know?
Yes. You need to see what that does. So all my cancer clients, so I have some cancer clients all over the world, all of them have the Healy, because what I really need is that the body and the cell gets back into the at least 70 millivolt of the cell voltage around the cell membrane. Because the moment it drops is the moment when the cell starts dying. Then there is no more exchange between sodium and potassium, and then the sodium stays inside the cell is pumped up and does not longer communicate with the outside. And this is then when fermentation happens, and the fermentation is the cancer, the cancer cycle. We call it that way, even though everyone in MetaHealth understands that's something different. But the moment we start to give energy to the cell and we lift the membrane, the exchange starts to happen, and the mitochondria starts to work again. In a cancer cell, the mitochondria is, you know, the breathing chain is the level 3 to 4 is cut, and it doesn't go further to the level 5. It's cut here because there is not enough energy, and then the cycle stays, and it's only reproduction of the cell. It's a duplication and nothing more. And the moment we come in with the energy, we lift the exchange, sodium goes out, potassium has the ability to go back in, and then the whole cycle starts again. We know that a cancer cell is able to switch on the mitochondria breathing chain, but without energy, it's not working. We have that as well, you know, with the epileptic fits and everything. So we have people, they have epileptic fits all the time, or with the healing peak from the MetaHealth, they are not able to go through because the energy is missing. So they started to put people on the ketogenic diet, so that the ketones, which is more energy for the brain, provide more energy to the brain, so that the whole cycle can start and can happen. So it's all about energy, as well as the chronic pain. People are not able to get out of the pain and the inflammation if there is not enough energy. You know, it needs the energy to go through the whole cycle. Yes, we have a lot of results. We have many results, and I work with that since 30 years with the big machine, you know, with my $25,000 machine. But that's people need to come to see me, and, you know, I need to have time. They need to have time, and because I'm working international, so now they purchase the Healy, they use the Healy, and I set them up you know, what program to run, when to run, how to run, together with the remedies and the counseling and neurographic, because I want them to engage in a personal growth. And without energy, that's not working. And there's something I have to add. You see, when people go for a therapy, most of the time in therapy, if you are not doing hypnosis, for example, most of the time in therapy, people start to, with their logical mind, to decide what they want to hear, what they want to take on board, and what they doesn't. So now when you use the frequency is asking the body, what is it what you are resonate at the moment the most? And it detours the logical brain, because the frequency is working on the body level and not on the logical level, you know. Even when you do tapping, people, I can sense when I do tapping with people, I get inner shower when I touch people. But some people, they do not allow the touching. They tap and they say the words, but they are not touched by it. It's not working, you know. And then I know when they are not touched by it, nothing is happening, because the membrane is closed and doesn't go in communication. And the skin is the cell membrane as well, doesn't go in communication either. You know, as it is inside, it is outside, below and above. It's all the same. Now, this is subtle. You know, this is asking, what frequency do you resonate right now at the moment the most? And then it gives exactly that information that this body needs, 100% individual, back to the person. It's phenomenal. It's you know, it's totally new technology, and yeah, just getting 1 year, it's now open for the big masses. It was 4 years ago, for the big machines, for the therapists, to hand that over to their clients. But what the therapists with the big machines thought, when I give the little device to my client, the client is not coming back. So they started with a lot of fear. I don't want to lose my client because that's my income. But the opposite is true. I like to guide my clients through the healing, and can use counseling and helping them to wake up, rather than me taking responsibility to bring them through a situation in their life.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Anybody else with questions? Thank you so much, Radha. It was a brilliant question, brilliant answer.
Yeah.
Yes, anybody else?
Hi, Anu, I would like to ask.
Please go ahead.
Hi, Christa. This is Binaisha here. I am a cancer patient, basically. This is a recurrence for the second time, and I have not been operated this time. And this is a triple negative breast cancer. Neither have I taken any chemo, nor have I been operated, and it was diagnosed in November 2019. What I need to know is, how much could this help me?
Well, with whom do you work? With Anu or someone? With the MetaHealth?
I was working with Anu
Good.
last year, but this year I mean, since it is recurred again, I have not been to her again.
Yeah.
Because I just remember, this was before, I mean, I had, for the first time when it had occurred, I was operated and I had taken 4 cycles of chemo. I was asked to take 16 cycles. But after the 3rd cycle, I had a major reaction and I refused to take another 12 cycles.
Okay.
So after the operation, I had been to Anu for quite a few this thing. But when I was diagnosed for the second time, I was quite upset about it, and I have not gone to anybody as such, actually.
Sure. I mean, if you go with the frequencies, you know, what you do first is you start the detox. So you will probably run the liver program around liver during the day. I think it's around 11 or 12 o'clock. I don't have it by heart. So you would run a liver program around that time in the morning. Then you would run the detox program. Then you would strengthen your cell membrane. So the information of the chemotherapy first would leave the body. Second, the information of your conflict, I'm not sure if you have now the ductal or the adenoid. So the information of the worry and fear of worry and fight, the ductal, so the separation. So you would then use programs like the chakra programs and the meridian programs to get back in touch with yourself and with getting in touch with your spiritual being that wouldn't allow to think that we are separated whatsoever from no one. So that would give you an information on that level as well. And the third part is it gives you electrons, negative ions through the wristbands and delivers all your organs with the right energy. So now when you have all of that, self-healing has to happen. There is no other way than that, unless you are not able to let go the fear and you are not able to do not trust. But we have the mental programs with it, we have the contentment, we have addiction programs, we have all of that to help you to go into peace and relaxation. And together with the neo beats, the music is beautiful. I like to run the music while I'm working, and have my wristbands on for whatever I need at that given moment, and just take care of my body and my soul and my well-being. So that's self-responsibility. And what I see from my cancer clients with the Healy, I can't tell. I mean, you can get in touch with them. They are overwhelmed because we have wound healing, faster wound healing. We have bone recovery, all of that. And what I can do as well, what I did actually this morning, I was putting Anu in my phone. I just can demonstrate it to you as well. And I did a little bit of distance healing with Anu. So we will see if something came to your place to balance you. So I was scanning Anu to see what she's resonating the most with, and did just that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's supporting you in all levels of your being, and helps you to relax and to become you. And then I really would encourage you to work with Anu a little bit with the neurographic, painting a neuro tree, so that you rise your own your own energy and strength inside.
Christa, what I would like to know is, have you worked on any triple negative patients?
Can you say that again?
Have you worked on any triple negative patients?
Yeah, sure.
And have it shown any results in the sense for triple negative patients as such?
They are, I mean, they are alive, they are there, but we have different results. So one went without surgery, the other one went with surgery, one went with hypothermia. So, but all of them are fine. I mean,
what I meant was that since I have not done the surgery nor have I taken any chemo, would it dissolve the tumor?
One didn't do the surgery, she didn't do nothing, then hypothermia and using healing. And the remedies we have been talking about, of course, as well. So it was a whole process. I do neurographic with my clients, so to bring the emotions on the paper so that they are aware and they create new neural lines. I use special remedies if I think we need that, Artemisia, for example. I use the Healy with the energy and the different informations. and the counseling. So we talk about the conflict, we check how the body goes. Yeah, I'm working with cancer clients since 30 years.
She's using the Ness Health device actually.
Say that again?
She's using the Ness Health device.
Ness Health device.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's been using the Ness Health device.
The NES, the NES.
The Ness.
Well, that's different. Yes, I know. I know. The NES was coming for many people because it was installed in the family, in the Mehta family as well. It's different. It doesn't got a sensor, so it's not able to measure your system. And you need to get with the NES system, you get the drops, the little,
Yeah.
you know, you have sometimes 10, 20 bottles. I didn't have compliance with my client with that. I didn't use that. I used my $25,000 non-linear system, because here I gave the frequency back straight away without the drops, without taking and thinking of it. And it didn't create awareness. It created, in my world, from hearing what others did with it, it just created stress, taking all the bottles. You had to go back anytime. So it's not the 100% best device, in my opinion, okay? It does something, but it has not the same power like the healing. It's not. Or the neobeats as well. I'm not only talking about that, you know, I'm talking about color. I'm talking about, for example, cancer clients. I don't know if you like red and yellow. Normally, red and yellow is not the preferred color they want to wear, but red would be energy, yellow would be open up for communication. So those colors you can use in that area as well. Then you can listen to the neobeats, to the frequencies of the music. So there are many ways to go for it. If you know, if the therapist, then you know what you are doing. Okay, so that everything is frequency and everything will be done through frequency.
How long is the process according to you?
How long is the session, you mean, with the healing?
No, the healing process, approximately.
We have programs. The chakras are 30 minutes, and all the other programs are around 50 to 60 minutes. But you run around, you know, you have it on you are totally free to use your hands. So you either, it depends on the device you have. So either you go with the microcurrents and you have that, you know, it's a long, you put that all in and you can do everything. You are free to do. You don't need, you can walk, you can cook, you can work, you can do everything. You are totally free. You are not hooked up on a machine. You know, many people do that in front of television, do that in the morning during the exercise. So you can do that all the time.
I'm sorry, what I meant was approximately how much time would it take for the body to start its healing?
Well, the moment you give the frequency in and your body receives the frequency, there is already a change. There is already a shift. How long you need, if that's the question, how long you need to let go of the story, to come into peace with the separation you experienced, how long you need to be open, to enjoy life to its fullest. That's of course very individual, but that depends on, if you work with Anu or someone, depends on the therapist as well. So if someone is there with the higher frequency, what you saw with the metronome, if there is someone there with a higher frequency, with a higher understanding, he is able or she is able to help you to tap into the joy of life. I want to enjoy life, you know. So that's the ultimate goal. you know, I experienced in my career as cancer client 30 years, I experienced two men. They had prostate cancer and given up, you know, from the medical system. Then they said, I don't care, I take the money, I travel around the world, and when I come back, then it's done and I have seen everything. And then they fell in love around, you know, they traveled on their own, fell in love with someone, and came back and there was nothing. It was all good. They have been healed. It's a state of your consciousness that creates healing. State of
That is
consciousness.
exactly where my issue lies, is because as such, I'm a person who is who I feel is very much at peace. And still for the cancer to occur again, I feel is because I'm not in touch with my subconscious. That is what I feel. Something is going wrong within me, because if I have to analyze my own self, I've never felt the need. I mean, I've never felt that there's anything wrong going on in me.
Yeah, well, you know, there is one thing is the drawing, the neurographic, if you would like to do that with Anu. And the next part would be the Healy, because the Healy really goes into your subconscious. It detours your logical mind. All your doubts, your questioning, whatever is happening is not, it has no say in the Healy. The Healy goes straight, you know, has no say.
If we were to order one, you were supposed to send this across to us? Send it across to us?
Can you say that again, please? Sorry, I'm German and then English, and you Indian and English, so we have to match.
What I meant was, if suppose if I agree with this treatment, we have to order it to you, and you would be sending it across to us.
Yes, I have on the I can give you the link again in the chat. So I just have a look there where you can order it. So there is a shop. It's also, you can become a member. Member is for free. There is no requirement as a member. You even can then use the link if you want to share that with your clients. And as an affiliate, hang on a sec, I just need to, you just go on it and you order it there. So where is the chat? Here's the chat. And I put it in here. So that's the link where you can go on the website, where you can check what is it all about. And if you like to, you can order it then from the website. And of course, I'm here to help. Of course, if anything is, Anu will help you with my help to go through all of that and what you need and what you want. And we have a huge community on Facebook as well, where so many questions are asked. So we have thousands of people using it, being extraordinary passionate about it.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vinayfa. Thank you. That was very helpful. Anybody else would like a question? Dr. Manorama is saying that her
I would like
not there. Yes, please go ahead.
You know, voice was breaking a lot in between. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The voice was breaking a lot in between, so we could not get few things. Can you tell us how does this work with international patients? Do we need to buy the gadget, and is it programmed for a single, or it can be used by more people?
It can be used by more people. So that's an app. So it's the Healy app. You can download it. So I have two devices actually. So I can borrow my device. So they download the app and then they scan the code in the back. and then they can use that. You can rent it out actually. So we have therapists, they purchase several of the devices and rent it out for 3 days for $150, so that people can experience it, how it works and what it does to them, before they decide to purchase. But it's also a 2 weeks, you can give it back, a 2-week give it back. So if you have it and you experienced it 2 weeks and you want to give it back, you can give it back and you get the money back as well. Money back guarantee. Yeah. So
Dr. Manorama is asking how long can it be used?
It depends on the device. So one device that is only the vibration with the sensor, you can use that during the day, you know, as long as you want. You can run it at night for the sleep as well. You can run it for 5 hours if you want. With the frequency, with the wristbands. So I wrote a little ebook for the little Healy. With the wristbands, I suggest you just go with 3 a day. So 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night if you want. If you are used to it, sometimes I run 2-3 programs, one after the other. So just to address, for example, I start with Pure. Pure starts a detox program. So Pure for 50 minutes. Then I use the liver for the metabolism. So, you know, so the turnover in the body. And then I decide what chakra I would like to address, or if I would like to balance the meridians, or if I would like to address my eyes, because often my eyes get tired in front of the computer. You know, then I have everything. I have the hormones. I balance my hormones with it as well. Everything, skin elasticity. I'm not sure how long it will take to turn my age back, but skin elasticity, inner beauty, when I do exercise, recovery, things like that.
Wonderful.
Can I ask a question again, please?
Yes.
Christa, I just wanted to know, would we come to know what was our frequency when we start with it, and once we start taking the healing, like as you said that your cell needs to be at -70 to be normal, and then if it's a cancer cell, it's going to be -25 or whatever. So would I, when I take the frequency, as you said, it even senses your frequency. So when I start with it, I would come to know what is my current frequency, and once I suppose complete a month of it, would I come to know okay, now what is the current frequency of my cell as to what it was before? I mean,
so what it does, when you run the program, you can see the different frequencies running constantly in exchange with you. So you will not see if every single cell has now -70 millivolt, because some are dying as well. You know, we have a turnover of a lot of cells during the day, dying and being born new. But what you see during the program is how the frequencies are changing, and that's always different. It's always different. So let's say I take mental balance. If someone would be very emotional, depressed, something, I would use mental balance or well-being for the soul. Then I would run it. So, and then I have the different percentages. I just need to, so that you can see what I'm doing. So you can see how it starts. Can you see that? It starts with 0.5 hertz. Mental balance acute. This is when someone got an anxiety attack, for example. So this runs then only for 20 minutes. And now it is on 0.5 hertz because that's needed, obviously, for me right now. But that will change, and you will see on the screen how the frequency is changing. So because now the circle is black, because I don't have it on my wrist with humidity, it really needs a little bit of not a dry skin, but more humid skin. So, and then it's changing. So I just allow that to run, and when it's changing, I hold it up again. And I also can go higher in the percentage. You see, so that you really can feel if it's going through. Well, at the moment it stays. I tried to fix it, put it on so that you can see. So it's a constant exchange. And I saw from Dr. Manorama how long as in for the rest of your life. This is your partner for the rest of your life. It's one investment and you have it forever.
So there are no repairs or anything needed, like at any given time?
I didn't understand.
There is no repair or any battery work or anything that is needed?
No. So the thing is, it is a 2 years guarantee on it for everything, for the whole device. And after 2 years, you can replace it. And I don't know at the moment what the price would be, but very low because it's the replacement of the sensor system. So at the moment, it has 2 years of guarantee. We will see how that goes.
Shraddha is asking a question. How does it help to deal with the resolutions that come on the body?
So what do you mean with the healing reactions, with the symptoms?
I think she's talking about the healing crisis that the body experiences. How does it help in the healing crisis?
Yeah, of course it helps. So let's say the healing crisis is a fever, you are hot, things like that. Then you would go for a program so that cools the body down, for example. So like the immune system. So when the coronavirus came up, we got from the company a free download for a corona program. So we have one program that is only for the corona. It's only for the corona. When you have pain, let's say you feel the pain somewhere, you saw the little pads, then you put the pads, one on the right, one on the left from the pain area, and then you have the pain relief. When you get a cold, of course, that's can be a healing reaction as well. You address that. When you have a wound, you address that. When you cut yourself, you use wound. You can use, what I use as well is scar tissue systemic, because I had surgery when I was young, like cesarean. Then the scar tissue can harden. And we have one program that is called Scars Systemic. And Scars Systemic address all the scars inside. And of course, I use that as well metaphorically. If someone has scars from hurt, from mental, emotional situations in life, I address that with the Scars Systemic as well. Yeah. It's all wounds as well, you know. There is a wound in my heart, then I run the wound program. I'm using that metaphorically. And because of the sensor, you tap with your intention into the informational field. That's totally new. That's innovative. It's, you know, many people need just to get access to that understanding of that suppressed information from Tesla and Dr. Rife that's out there, but people, it's not mainstream knowledge and mainstream understanding. Yeah, stomach colics. Yes, you use scar tissue. You know, you can use scar tissue acute when it's just happening, and you use scar tissue systemic. Then you can we have acne programs, you know, young people, very difficult acne to treat even with MetaHealth, because the moment they look into the mirror, they get the disgusting conflict again and again. So it's quite difficult to address that in young people.
Can we use it for patients who are not able to walk because of the muscle weakness?
Yes. Yeah, we have nerve system programs and we have muscle programs. Muscle recovery, the whole nerve system. We have bed rest. So, you know, when we have clients, especially in cancer, they often are not able to shift from the sympathetic state into the parasympathetic state. And we have one program that is called bed rest, and the bed rest addresses exactly the vagatone system. So it goes straight to turn your nervous system from the sympathetic into parasympathetic state.
I just visited the website, which which machine would you recommend?
That depends on what you want. So we have the basics. The Healy Gold is the cheapest version, and that has all the wristband, has one chronic pain program involved, has being, has a cleaning, has pure, has release for pain, has a relaxation, and there are already combinations of 400 different frequencies involved. And the gold, you can choose another program with it. So if you say, okay, I take all the gold from the Healy Gold, you get the immune system, you get the pain chronic program, and then you say, I would like to have bioenergetic one, or you would like to have the chakra or the meridians, then you can choose one extra program. So if you want to go with only vibration without the wrists, so what I did with Anu, I just stop that here and go into the other one. If you want to do distance healing, then you would need the resonance. That's the most expensive one. So, but what we have, and what I did, so during the year, there is always kind of, how is that said? You know, some promotions. So when this year the stem cell will come out, we have promotions, and the promotions always says you can have the lower version, you purchase the lower version and you get the next higher version. So that's a lot of bargain. So it always is interesting to start with the cheapest version and then to upload when there are promotions happening in the different countries.
So what is the cost of this?
They say it in euros. So the cheapest version, the gold, is 500 euros. And the next one is 1,000 euros. The next one is 1,500 euros. And the last one is 2,500 euros.
Can we download only the few the basic tracks?
Healy Gold has all the basic programs. I'll show you. I have a list, and I can send you a list, or I sent the list to Anu. You can see here. So that all of that is in the Healy Gold. So it addresses the lymphatic system, the liver, the pain, the being, the emotional being, the cleansing, detox, the pain, the energy as well. There's an energy program in it, the relax program and the care program. If someone, for example, had a bad diet and they would use a care, that cleanses the connective tissue, you know, the matrix in the body. So that's the care. Then you would choose one of the other programs, either that program or that or this one, the fitness. You know, one of them you choose as an extra. And then we have the other side as well. So there are many programs in there. And you, I share that perhaps in the WhatsApp so that you can download it and then you can see what it is.
Yeah, that would be brilliant if you can just
Yeah,
share.
Yes.
what I wanted to know is, without buying the machine, can we download only some programs?
You know,
The
the
basic course
machine,
can be downloaded without the machine?
no. You need the sensor, because the sensor goes constantly in interaction with you. So this one, the machine is always the same, and the rest goes through the download on the phone. Mhm.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. I thought this is something we can download on our device also.
You download it on the phone, but then the phone transmits it to the Healy while you wear the Healy. You don't want to have the phone constantly with you. You can put the phone away and you walk around with the Healy.
Okay, thank you.
You can use the same machine for the entire family.
For all programs. The machine is the same for all programs.
For the entire family?
Yes, yeah, sure. Yeah. The difference is in the app. Yeah.
So they're saying, can we choose the program with one original machine?
Yes, that's the machine, that's the Healy, that's the device, and then you choose the different programs. So, and every, you know, the different Healys, they have already a combination of different programs, depends on what device you choose. And the Healy Resonance, of course, has all of them. But I share that in the group, so it's easier when you have it in front of you and you can read through.
Wonderful. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Okay. I think they're done with questions, so good.
All good.
Yes, yeah, all good. So I can see the live program going on Facebook, but really it's on the workplace by Facebook. So I still haven't identified where it's gone.
At least it is there.
It's there, it's there. It's very much showing me the icon that
Yeah.
it's getting created. Okay. So we'll say goodbye from here and we'll meet in the evening, guys. 9:30, we have Astrid Polony from Germany. She will be talking to us about peak consciousness. So, and she's amazing. Please do join us. Thank you so much.
One more question. Will this help the allergies?
Yes, there is an allergy program in it.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful.
Pleasure.
Any other questions, guys? Okay. I really want to thank Christa for all the time, energy, and brilliant information. I'm very sure the talk on frequencies is going to help every one of you. I can just see how much of curiosity it has created. The YouTubes are going to be available. I unfortunately have not been able to trace where the workplace by Facebook is there. And I will try to figure out before tonight as to why it's not going the way it should. The Facebook has actually changed a lot of things It's gone into the new version. That could be one of the reasons that that this kind of stuff is happening. See you guys in the evening. And if any one of you want to join for neurographic paintings, do let me know, because that's another thing that you guys should not miss out. And Christa teaches neurographic paintings. There are new people over here. You're suffering from cancer or any kind of diseases, neurographic painting is for you. I've first-handed experienced it with her. It's brilliant. We can create a next group for all of you if you're interested. I do need about 8 to 9 people for the class to run successfully. And if you guys are interested, do let me know. Do connect with
Yeah,
me.
I know. I would be interested.
Wonderful.
Will this be online?
Yes, it will be online. It will be online. Christa does 4 workshops. Each one is 2 hours duration, and we did some real wonderful stuff the last batch. And and it really helped me personally to open up my field. In fact, what was most interesting, the first day that I sat down and created neurographic painting, I actually walked out of the house after ages and drove out of the complex, out of the premises where I'm living, in a car, and I said, oh my god, that means this whole thing is in my head, it's not really outside. Yeah, and I also felt that I'm addressing a lot of parts of me which I had not addressed before. So that's all thanks to Christa and neurographic paintings. It helps you to create new neuropaths in the brain, and it can help you to regenerate your brain. It doesn't matter what your age is. Yeah, so that's one of the very wonderful things. Anybody who's suffering even slightly pains, aches, um, and if you hear Christa, she kept insisting that neurographic paintings are one of the things that it would really help you. I would really like you guys, if you're really interested, send me messages, personal messages on my WhatsApp, so that I can create. And I will also put across this as an advert again on the Facebook and to the whole group. Because like I said, I need to have at least 8 to 10 people for the class to run reasonably well. That actually is more fun for the speaker as well as for the participants, because we can all share, and sharing really helps in healing. Yeah, and she had carried this for 4 weeks, so we probably the first batch who have created that. So who says that the another batch cannot be created again? Yeah, so do let me know. I think it was 150 Australian dollars for 4 times. Am I correct, Christa?
Yes, that was it. Yes, special for India.
Special for India. So guys, you guys are very lucky sitting down. If you had to travel across the world, which is not possible right now anyways, the cost of your flight would not be as much, in which you're able to complete a very beautiful course which helps you to open up your mind and your body and reactivate your neurons in the brain. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the support, and thank you for everything. Goodbye and see
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Anu.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. 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 Bye, everybody. Okay. Yes. Yes, Shraddha.